whatever
User
tanks
joined
you
your
want.
channel.
Live wire is grab.
Up, guys?
Hey,
Hey, Gabe. Oh, it looks like we got it.
Alright, guys in the queue, I think it'll kick you out when we go into battle. I'll send invites out after each battle.
Yeah, sorry about the delay. I'll extend to 15 minutes over here. I'm an executive officer order now, so I gotta do additional duties.
Oh, well, congratulations.
condolences.
Thanks. At the same time, yeah. The nice part is we have a lot of people running the clan. There's about seven or eight high up guys. There's so many things we have to do, so divides the work evenly. Nice.
I just got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, if you're in the queue, it kicks you out when you try and get a thing started. That's why Live said that it said the invites back out of you.
Because I was excluded.
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
they have to rebuild the team after every battle.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so are you wanting me to call this, or do you want to call and I can give you pointers and stuff?
Oh, no, I'd rather you go ahead and call it for us.
Okay. So let's bring our IS-3s straight down here. Lightweights are going to come right in behind this one cap. IS-3s, you guys are going to work your way down this 2 line right here on the outside of this building, hugging that. Don't push down too far. T-29s, you'll also do the same in behind the IS-3s.
Copy.
Okay, so the initial thing that you want to concern yourself with, like when you're calling, is your team composition and the enemy team's composition. So they have 2 mobile tanks, so a CDC, MT-25, TVP is semi-mobile, so that's also in consideration with that. Areas, and we want to drop this MT right now with our lightweights. So we're keeping that in mind with the there they are. So IS-3s, when you guys come around the side, you guys are gonna blast this MT-25.
I'm tracked.
So keep coming up that side. You're gonna make sure that MT doesn't get out. Yeah, lightweight, you're gonna try and get out. Okay, so the next point, runner, like when trying to chase down the MT is cool. When we want to get into a position like this, if a caller points out that kind of takes priority. So the other thing you guys keep in mind is that these guys are coming up here. The MT's kind of stuck on our side, right? And we're gonna take up in this position, and they're gonna finish off that MT. He's not really gonna get away, so it's more of a crucial matter on keeping you alive than losing him. You guys 3s can kind of keep pushing up this way.
Wait, Pit. Since we're 29s, we won't be behind IS-3s.
Yeah, I'm just going to park behind this tank. You guys can go right around me.
You guys have shots at that TVP in the back corner? There you go. If you have shots at that TVP in the back corner, just take those. Okay, you guys are gonna kill this guy. So, oh Jesus.
The other side of the building.
So you guys are gonna push forward into this divot here and turn and shoot that guy. So you're gonna keep your tanks like lined up so you can block from shots from these guys and just kill this guy. So just ignore that guy. You want to use this wall to protect yourselves, right?
Live wire, you're low in hit points.
Yeah, so you can see why you guys needed to push into this divot now, right? How they're getting
Yeah.
the signal range shots from back here. Yeah. So the reason why it's important that you need to push up into that section, like, and just ignore these tanks, is because this now has to get shots across into here, and you cut off these guys' shots. This guy will have a shot, and this guy will have a shot, and these guys on the 2-line won't, and you can use the building in front of you to shoot the IS-3 that pushed past and behind. So then once you kill that IS-3 and behind you, you now remove those TVP and CDC guns out of the fight. They no longer have shots at you. And so now all you have to do is deal with the heavy tanks at that point. So when I try and call for pushes and stuff, don't worry about whether or not it will kill you or anything like that. Just try and follow along with the play. Let's get... maybe somebody have like a Cromwell they can bring, and then we can have a bunch of aids.
I've got a VK2801.
Yeah, that works. He's got a Cromwell.
Go ahead and hop in, right?
Who hasn't been in yet? Gatekeeper, Rand?
Yeah. Alright. Okay.
Grab one of the scout tanks and do a heavy tank.
One heavy?
Yeah, so one of the lightweights go to like an IS-3. And then Gatekeeper, you should be able to bring an IS-3.
IS-3?
That one. Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. Cool.
Oh, sorry about that.
User joined your channel.
Good evening, all.
Good
evening.
Am I early or late?
Hey,
If there's enough people in here, we could always go into like a training room and split the teams into two and do caller versus caller that way, and then everybody can play.
That'll work.
I thought the training was at 9. Am I off?
Nope.
No, you're just in time.
Technically, yes, it was at 8. We started a little late though. But you did
About 15 minutes. Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we have 16 people in this channel, so we could do 8 on 8 in a training room. Get everybody in. Cool. Gets everybody the practice at the same time.
He did do something. He shot me for no reason and killed me with.
And then this way you can pick whatever map you want to.
Somebody could shoot me an invite. That would be awesome.
It just went out a second ago.
And Bellicus can change his tank if he wants.
I'm not in the clan though, so whoever would have to add me manually.
Oh, alright.
I sent you guys invites whenever you're ready for clan tags. All you gotta do.
Oh, go on Watt online and pull those, I guess.
Thank you.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah. Now you sound perfect. Or at least better. Would it be okay to try that map that we were in previously?
Whatever map is up to the guys. Doesn't matter to me.
Set up the room, so you should be able to change that.
Where's Gunny?
I think Landshark needs an invite as well.
Live, Bob, did you see that from clan chat. In game.
Yeah, click your megaphone to take a look.
Did you hear me live?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Still
heard
waiting
you.
on that invite. Sorry to be a pain.
What tournament would that be in?
In game. For our clan.
Yeah, check your megaphone. Bottom right corner.
Yeah, I have checked it. Who's sending out the invites?
Send Wolfgang a friend request. Unless, if you have that setting checked off in your garage, it's bug out. In your settings, it says accept invitations from friends in the garage. That needs to be unchecked.
Wolfgang, what's your in-game name? I sent you a friend request.
And then when he sends you an invite, you should get it.
Yeah, I see you accepted a friend request. No. It is not showing up.
Hey, Randall, we can. I can see you trying to talk, but I don't hear anything.
We seem to have one guy as a spectator. Wouldn't that give us an even battle right now?
Trying to finish getting a couple of players in game still.
Okay.
Not launching just yet.
How many minutes you think we got?
For what?
Before we start.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, my in-game name is 1_land_shark. Now I got it. Sorry for the confusion. What do you want me to bring? IS-3, I can do that.
You want all S3s or what?
What we'll do here is we'll pick. Let's take like a caller for team 1 and team 2. And the callers can just pick whatever tanks they want.
All right.
And then we'll have team go into training room 2 in a minute here. But basically, whatever map you want to run, we can run multiple maps, whatever you want to rotate out and stuff. And we'll practice calling. I'll just be working on kind of helping the callers and stuff. So a couple points that are important before we get into that is just make sure that you follow the caller's calls. If he points something out, ask somebody to push something somewhere, that you acknowledge it and do that for him. Your callers will never get better if you think, oh, that's a bad idea, and just don't do it, or you hesitate, like you wait 20 seconds to do it and he wanted it done. That's where you're gonna lose based on whether or not you're listening to the caller's calls, and your caller will never improve from that. If everyone does what the caller says and you guys end up losing, then the caller has nobody else to blame but himself half the time, and it's not any sort of shame to anybody. It's a team winning effort or a team loss. It's the fact that the caller won't improve unless he knows that what he did and everyone followed it didn't work. That's where the following of calls is really important. If the caller can try something and say, hey, I want to try this, and everybody goes everywhere, does everything, and no critical kill shots were missed or anything like that, which are obvious giveaways that, okay, maybe we lost because I got an unlucky bounce and he got a lucky shot and penned me, something like that. That's just the random astray things, but at least the caller can see if that strategy of his worked or didn't work. And so it's really important that people listen to the calls. If you think your caller, you're in a T-54 lightweight and there's tanks around that corner because they're blind firing that section, you need to inform the caller, like, hey, there's shots coming over here, I'm being blind fired over here. If you didn't spot anything and you got lit, and the caller says, hey, can you push around that corner, and you're going to get lit up by a whole bunch of tanks, you need to inform the caller, like, hey, there's a bunch of tanks here blind firing. Do you still want me to push around the corner? And he'll make that decision whether or not he wants you to. So that's kind of the leeway. If you think your tank is just gonna be wasted, like completely wasted for no reason and die, that's when you can kind of point out, like, hey, there's a bunch of tanks right here, I'll probably just die. And your caller will either tell you to do that anyways because there's something that you don't see that he sees that he wants to execute, or that he's focusing on a lot, so he might not have necessarily seen that at the time, and reiterating that to him, he might go, oh, okay, don't do that, and save you your tank. So does everybody kind of understand that? It's really important that you got to follow the caller's calls and stuff so that they learn and get better through this.
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Bob, you want to throw out another set of invites?
Cool, so that being said, I'm just gonna edit my tank here quickly. Okay, so what will happen is I'll jump from team to team, and listen to the communications and stuff, and give feedback and stuff like that. If we can't balance out the teams here, I'll probably go into spectate mode, and let you guys kind of call. And I'll sit there and I'll listen to the whole battle from one side, and I'll give you pointers if you get stuck or kind of unsure in what to do. I'll help you guys out, kind of guide you through that. I'll let you call, make sure that things are going smoothly and stuff like that. If I'll also let you guys kind of make errors and stuff like that too, and then I'll point them out to you afterwards. I'll point out things that go wrong for everybody to see, so that I can understand what could have went better, what could have happened, what were your options in that, and I'll swap back and forth between teams, helping each other out doing that.
Cool.
And then I'll probably hop in and call a few for each team, and then that way you guys can see my style of calling and stuff too. Or I can start out doing it that way if you want.
Yeah, team 2.
Yeah, sure, we'll drop down.
User left your channel. 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 User left your channel.
I don't know if I should go down to a room or not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, hear me enough for me to call? Good enough?
Sure can.
Alright, well, we'll just, have the IS-3 going to the city, Type 59, just cruise the front gate of the castle, look at make sure there's nothing coming around the backside.
Roger.
Let's get this show on the road.
Going to the city where? F5?
Yeah, about the 7-8 line. We want to try to push through the church area. Make sure we all stay on the same street, stay together.
What are we stopping for?
We're gonna push right up here through the church. We're gonna use our damage sharing that we've been practicing, and see what happens.
They were We're waiting on the edge. Move in, guys.
I'm at the gates, all clear.
Near room.
I've got a Pershing and a 54 lightweight.
Alright, go and fall back around, come back behind us if you can. IS is keep pushing up in the middle.
I got 2 tanks on the left here.
Alright, just stay in the group. We're gonna take the left corner and engage him.
Engaging Type 54. Oh crap.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Ran, fall back.
Yeah, they're behind you. I'm trying to...
Back. I'm out.
I'm out.
Alright, dead tank here we'll use for cover.
Beware F6, 2 enemy coming.
Let's focus fire. Let's got the IS-3 gatekeeper. The one shot.
Enemy is hit. Track hit. Penetration.
Three to three. 3 to 2.
User joined your channel.
2 to 4.
Make sure you guys target the same tank. You got one shot tank. Matter of fact, two of them's one shots. You guys fall back down in that street.
Enemy
Get
vehicle
together.
destroyed.
First blood.
They killed our driver. We're enemy armor is destroyed.
Land shots, fall back, take shots at that one shot IS-3.
Roger.
We didn't penetrate their armor. We're done for. Everyone get out.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined to your channel.
Okay, so let's make sure everybody's got their in-game communications turned off here, because that'll make it a lot easier to hear your caller and understand.
Yeah.
So,
I kept hearing live wire, man. I couldn't hear nothing. It was so loud.
yeah,
Oh,
so
sorry guys, I forgot I was supposed to talk now.
yeah, so basically, in your sound tab, in your settings, in your sound tab, there's enable voice chat. You want to make sure that's off. And what I do is, whatever key it's set to, I put it to a key that you almost never touch. So I put it to like EU, so that it won't activate the in-game voice chat randomly. You almost never use that key. Anything like that, where you're not going to accidentally hit the key, and it's going to activate your in-game voice chat, so that it stays off and you don't get those in-game voice comms interfering.
Yeah, I corrected that. Should be all fixed now.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So a couple things I noticed from that side. I liked the strat on Livewire's side. Just a simple push through with your heavies and your Type 59 down on the bottom side. Typically, that type, you'd kind of want him to peek that little ridge rather than just sit in the bush, because he can't see what's coming over them. Because if the Pershing and 54 lightweight just decided that they were pushing at that moment, he would have died a lot earlier. So always make sure that you're not, whenever you have an opposite flank scout somewhere, that your scout, when you're that opposite flank scout, that you're not blind to anything, that you can see something coming at you from a long distance. You're worried about the lightweight out in the field shooting you, well, you're going to find that out when he shoots you. The IS-3s aren't going to outlight you and get a billion shots into you from that distance from the field. You'd probably light them, which is where driving up to that little ridge also provides you the exit, where if they're shooting at you from the field, you can just drive up the ramp and in behind the wall.
Oh, so I should have stayed the field side of that ridge instead of going as far up towards that gate that I did then.
No, going up to the gate is fine. You just don't want to sit behind, like, in the bush where you were, because it allows the Pershing and lightweight. Like, if the IS-3s were coming down that line, what would have happened, basically? Wouldn't have lit them until they would have crested that little hump in front of you, and then you would have just died. And your caller wouldn't have known that information until it was too late. Probably want to transfer somebody over to the other team. The strat for Pit, you can always kind of sit there since you're hull down in a Pershing and take a shot at the Type 59. At the same time, you'll find out if there's anything out in the field if they fire at you, because you can hull down that little ridge. You don't want to kind of back up and let the Type 59 disappear. You want to capitalize on damage, especially if it's an opposite flank scout, which you can kind of find out at the same time. If he starts turning and bailing and there's nothing there, then you can feel like, okay, there's probably not a whole lot around that corner. They might have a bait set up around the corner, which you can keep in the back of your mind too, like that when you go around the corner to chase them, that you just stop and peek the corner before you fully commit.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to wait until all the IS-3s or all the heavies got spotted before we rolled on the Type 59.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's completely reasonable. What you can do is you can just have your tank proxy scout the corner too with its little bubble range. Like the lightweight can go and proxy scout and just back up, and then he can book it out of there right away just by having his tank already faced forward to leave in that instance. Try and keep your IS-3s a little closer to where your Pershing and lightweight were, because when you push down on that line, if they were, instead of being on that like 6-7 line where they're kind of farther away, if they're just on that line just above you guys, so that if that were the option, if the heavies were there and pushed on you guys, if the heavies did the same thing where they pushed across, at least you guys are closer within almost instantaneous support of each other. That way,
I had them left on the right in the corner there, the heavies.
Yeah.
And if they showed up from the field, then I was going to have the heavies push right through the city on, what is that, the 4 or 5 line there in the center, and they'd have been able to flank. We would have been able to get them in a crossfire. So the plan was to keep everything close together. We got separated when the heavies pushed around the far side, tried to flank the heavies that were there, and that's when we really pushed on the Type 59 so we could get flank shots on the IS-3s.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of want to communicate with everything with pings on where exactly you want your tanks. So if they push up like too far from where you want them, you can always tell them like, no guys, back down here and just ping the spot you want them at. Like, don't push up there, you guys need to be back here. Things like that.
Yep.
In those situations. So
you guys
cool. We do.
Send out invites, Bob.
I'll be right back in a quick second. I'm just gonna use the restroom. Ice Bear, do you have a tier 8? You probably want to bring one of those if you do.
Nope, tier 6 is the highest I got.
Okay.
I've only been playing like a month and a half.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonder what happened to Mad Dog.
Tanner had to make a phone call.
I so want to bring one of my big takes for revenge.
You guys want the heavies or a medium?
Team 1 could use a scout, yeah, medium or light.
I can bring a Pershing.
Yeah, let's get 2 of them if we got them.
Okay. Again, are you gonna play this one or are you gonna spectate?
He had to take a phone call.
Oh, okay. Guess I'll hit spectate here. Make the.
When you're doing spectator, what do you see?
You see everything, yeah.
Do you see it in game mode or the mini map?
You see it. You see the mini map and stuff the same way you would play normally, except your free roam camera in game.
Have you ever done spectator mode after you die?
No.
All right. After you die in game, for example, in a pub match, you can right click or left click or something on the mouse, and you go to different. You can toggle through different tanks and see how they're playing it. It's a really good way to learn how to play the game. Particularly if you got like a Unicom, a really good player. After you die, you can switch and then see how he plays, how he sets up, how he angles his tank. You can do all kinds of stuff and learn just by watching how he handles the tank. It's a really great way to learn how to play.
Thank you.
User left your
I
channel.
usually go
Before we do that, can we agree to meet either in the field or in the city?
the
Otherwise,
guy
we're not...
with the highest win 8.
Can we agree to meet either in the field or the city so we're not chasing each other around, or do you want that to be a component, Mustang?
User joined your channel.
No, just have whatever strat you want to run on your team, so it's closer to realistic.
All right.
User
Team
left
2
your
on to
channel.
train 2.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
He wanted us to
User
make it
left your
easy
channel.
for him.
If you guys are on Pitt's team, make sure you're down on his channel.
Sorry, I had to step out of the minute. You guys switch channels.
Team 2 down to check.
I think everyone's there. But yeah, if you're on Pit Viper's team, you should be in. Not you're in here.
Alright, let's just send the lights and medium down the 0 line. IS go down the 5-6 line. Go out the belt.
Let's go.
ISs, make sure we stick together, roll together.
Make sure you ping the map where you want your tanks to, so that they can visually see it as well.
Why are we stopped?
Yeah, medium's up here. IS is gonna roll down this line.
The 5 was in front of me and he's not moving. There we go. Get out of the death line and get up here with him. Must be carrying extra ammo, he's slower.
Livewire, we're still doing tier 8.
Thanks to the left.
Do you want us to engage these that are meeting?
Yeah, engage the IS-3s. Land Shark, you want...
Ready to... Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Let's swing to the left to get that 54.
Let's focus on Gaynor. Sorry, Brunner.
User left your channel.
Target acquired.
Yeah, focus on the
Alright,
54. Skip
Let's
the
find
30.
another target.
Damn it.
That
This is
303
Land Shark,
IS-3
I'm lagging real bad.
is a one shot.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
Crossfire.
Ready to fire. Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't even scratch them. Let's find another target. Permission to engage. Let's find another target. Enemy is hit. One of our gas tanks ruptured. We're low on fuel.
insert. Pull it up.
Penetration.
Cover those weak tanks.
I'm out.
We didn't even scratch them. Enemy armor is damaged. We're done for.
Scout and
Everyone
medium are
get
dead
out.
at the O line. Pershing and a 54 enemy are moving your position over.
Alright, fall back, ISs. Fall back and get on that street to your right, behind you. Defend yourselves.
One of our tracks is damaged. We've lost a track.
Okay.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Hey, that was just like a pub match. I got taken out first.
User joined your channel.
Same here.
Well, sorry
User
guys, I'm having
joined your
trouble
channel.
doing push to talk and calling. I have to fix this quick.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
usually I have my mic open all the time as a caller. It's
Yeah, my mic-
you're
My mic sorted out tonight.
oh, that sucks. Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I had a personal call I had to take care of.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I pinged 999 halfway into the battle, and I was trying to follow the instructions but couldn't do it.
Order and peak
Okay.
count as a personal call.
All right. I'll call for this team this time. So kind of a recap of that map. You guys pretty much ran the same strat. The one thing to note for the lightweight and the Type 59, once you guys took out that T-37, you guys had kind of a health and DPM advantage once you popped that Mod 1. And the building was separating their IS-3s from supporting those tanks. What you can do at that moment is you can just push in your highest hit point tank at that time and just have him take the next shots, and just both of you focus on that Mod 1. So you can basically, like, if both of you just push straight in and just both shoot the Mod 1 from two different sides, you're going to kill that Mod 1 because you're up on the HP advantage and you have the DPM advantage in that instance, that you can just take out that Mod 1 and then work the Pershing right after that. The heavies, where you guys stopped initially to shoot at the mediums, you guys were in a straight crossfire from their mediums and heavies, so that's, you don't want to kind of engage in that situation. So if you push up and you see their mediums up on that side, you have kind of two options. You can either back up and use the street there and deal with the mediums so that you're not getting shot in the side at by the mediums while you're engaged with the heavies, or you can keep pushing forward into the heavy group, because that will give you that building that's along that road to protect you from their mediums. So you have those two options, but you never want to put yourself in a pincer like that, because that's how you just lose your hit points really quickly and lose a battle. So I'll call for Team 1 this time, and then call for Team 2, and we'll run another match, and I'll get you guys, show you guys how to how I call and stuff. So.
All right, Team 2, change to Team
User
2.
left your channel. User 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 joined your channel.
We might want to get ice bears on spectate. One person advantage. Is anybody wanting to go to spectate for this one? So it's just an even team.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm pinged out again. I'm in a hotel room, so the internet is iffy.
Okay.
Hotel room internet.
I think one person is missing from. Okay, never mind. Ice bears and spectate. So.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll a spectator.
I was a bit late. I'm hopping in now. Apologies. Got it.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
Okay, so basically you want to ping out the strat right away with the time. So we're going to take our lightweights and type, and we're going to push this 0 line. The IS-3s, you guys are also going to come up into here. So you're going to cross up this way and like haul down on this kind of ridge. So you're going to haul down on that ridge. You can peek and look over to this, but don't come up so you're exposing your lower plate. You just need, one person can peek just to swap the person.
Is that where you want your heavies to go?
Yeah, you guys are coming here. No, this IS-3, make sure you come here. You don't want to take long getting there.
Ready to fire. Target
Okay,
unlocked.
this lightweight.
Penetration.
Pershing, you guys are, we're gonna jump this Pershing right now. So let's push forward and kill this Pershing. But every shot to him.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Contact IS-3s.
So IS-3s, just stay safe on that side. So just let their IS-3s push in over to you. Let's drop this Pershing while we can. Now we're gonna push into this mod 1. Try and use this building as its cover. Don't push right into the IS-3 shots.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
But push right in. Push right in around this.
One of our tracks is damaged. Target acquired. One of our gas tanks ruptured. We're low on fuel. Target released. Target acquired. Enemy is hit. Where'd they go?
Okay, now let's jump over to the IS-3s. IS-3s, make sure you hit that 51 HP IS-3. 391.
391.
Okay, 1450 or 140. Drop the 190. There you go.
Target acquired.
Try and
Penetration.
save live wire block shots for him. Try not to let him die if you can. Keep focusing fire, guys. Make sure the low health dies 459.
Target unlocked. Target acquired. Let's find another target.
63 hit point.
Target released. Ready to fire.
Go 369.
We didn't even scratch them. Penetration.
There we go.
I do not like that safe shot on the mod. It seemed to be blocking my shots even though no tanks were in front of me.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it depends on how long you have the delay set for.
Oh, okay. So I was clicking on that one IS-3 that was low on health, and it's like it's not firing.
Were you loaded?
First time, no. Second time, yes.
Okay. That usually helps when you have a shell. Yeah, I'm waiting for these guys to hop up.
User left your channel.
That dog, bring your highest tier, but
Hey, dog.
He's in the other room.
User joined your channel. 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 Moved to your channel.
Ken needs a invite.
Okay. Okay, so for Pitt's team, what do you guys kind of feel? What went wrong for you guys there?
The only thing I saw was when we came over the hill, there were a number of IS there, and somehow they worked Livewire down to real low. And I was with another IS, and we had this other one of their tanks sandwiched. It would have taken about 3 shots combined to take him out. And we were called, or I was called, well, whoever, we were called off to attack Livewire, which only had a few hit points. But by the time I got to even get to Livewire, that tank that we were working on wrecked me, and I lost all my hit points just to get the Livewire to try and take one shot at a dying tank.
Pardon me. I don't know about what Felcat exactly is saying exactly because I didn't see it. But for even going over the hill, guys, what I saw, I went, said, we saw the advance from Pitt. We were trying to get over the hill. I was the first one. I got shot, took a shot, got shot, then got shot again within 3 seconds, tracked, repaired my track, started advance, and I was still only the first one going.
Okay.
So we did not, even though we had the call to go, it took us too long to go.
Okay, so what do the guys that were in my heavy group, what did you guys kind of feel like it was when they were trying to attack you? How were you guys there? Because I was with the light group managing the medium fight.
Well, it was pretty much what
You guys went to the light group and took care of them. When the IS-3s came over the hill, first guy over, I tracked.
And you guys focused them out? You guys...
And everybody else started hitting them.
Yeah,
that's the difference. When you get focused fire, you take tanks out. That's why I called getting Livewire, because he was the weakest tank, and we were outnumbered at that point. So really, you have to start changing the numbers. You have to start taking out tanks. You have to start concentrating on the weak tanks. And yeah, you got called off that tank, Selkat, but by you turning your tank and concentrating on him, the other heavies got away from you, and you became isolated.
I was too far away to really get into I was at the far left. Livewire was at the far right, and there were like 4, 5, 6 tanks milling in between. I never even got a shot off after that.
Yeah,
I was called off.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I mean, Gannon was kind of right. You guys did a good bring, and coming over the hill like that on us was I think good. But like I said, I don't think you guys was grouped up enough before you made your move, because you guys came over one at a time. And once you focused on me, once I knew you were focused on me, I backed out of there all the way to the back.
Yep.
And you guys to continue concentrating on me, you passed up the rest of my team.
Yeah.
Were able to do 3 shots at me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think when we focus on one target, if that target pulls out, gets into cover, then you got to look for another target.
Yeah, so that kind of covers like the fact where we did the training with the focus fire and the sharing hit points, how important that is, right? So even when you have a superior heavy force pushing into a lesser heavy force, if you get out focus fired and shared HP, that's what happens. Even although you have another tank, you still lose. So there's one option. The other part is that, like you said, the push wasn't together. It was a one after the other push, and that's the sure way to kill your tanks. So the right move was to push the heavies. There was nothing wrong with that. You were supposed to push the heavies because I'm forcing your hand when I have 3 tanks on 2, that I'm probably going to win that engagement, and rather quickly with how aggressive I was. You notice how I didn't bother, really waiting. As soon as I had my tanks there, I wanted them in the fight right away to drop you guys. I know I have that advantage because I spotted your heavies. Your heavies are down on the bottom side. There's nothing they can do. Your Pershing pushed in, allowing me to isolate him and kill him from safety of the heavy guns. So I jumped him right away, jumping your mod 1. That forces you to take the advantage on my heavies in that instance, because as soon as your mediums are gone, I now have the leeway to flex around you and kill you and pincer you in between my heavies and our quick tanks. So you don't have time to not push. What you could have done for the push on the other team is can push up, because I had them behind a ridge where they can kind of hull down and be safe until you get over that ridge and kill them, which provides me that time that I need to work your mediums down as quickly as I can. Is when you push over the ridge at them, you can also use that ridge to your advantage. So you can hug the ridge line and push up to that ridge before you go over. So when you come over at their tanks, that they're not getting free shots at you the entire time you're down on the low side by the street, and they're hull down shooting at you over the little ridge. If you drive up to the same point in the ridge, you're cutting off their shots at you, you're cutting off their shots at them, and then you can quickly gather your tanks and all push over at the same time. That way...
That knowledge.
Yeah. So that... Go ahead.
Been working on the surround and overwhelm maneuvers, trying to get everybody grouped up and working on that. But we also been teaching that once a caller calls out a tank, each everybody goes to that tank and kills it, no matter fire or whatever circumstances. We go to that tank and kill it.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever the caller calls for focus fire is where you want to focus. If the caller changes his mind and pings out another target, make sure that you guys are also using the T up target that we practiced a while back, how you're hitting the T key if you have it swapped to something else. But when you press T and your cursor is over another tank, it will say requesting fire at the enemy, and you'll see a crosshair blink over the tank. That's really important that people do it. Especially the caller when you're the first guy teeing up the target. If you're dead as a caller, you can call out names, hit points, tank type, all that works. Somebody else alive should also be teeing that target so everybody understands that, okay, we're shooting that. From our side, what I noticed a little poorly was when there were 2 IS-3s left that were both pretty high health, instead of focusing down one that we asked for, people were taking their time going, okay, well, I guess the game's over, we win, we're just going to shoot whichever tank. That allowed them to stay alive for a lot longer than needed. Even although they didn't kill a tank after that, it was still the fact that, if this is a clan wars, what if they kill another one of your tanks? That's getting locked. So it's important that you keep focusing fire and keep sharing hit points to the very end, because if you can drop that tank quicker rather than both of them being dropped down to 300 hit points before they died, one of them would have died right away and the other guy would have followed right after, and it would have been even quicker that the victory was handed to us, and we would have had more hit points and not a chance of somebody else dying in there as well. So those things to kind of keep in mind.
Yes.
You can feel free to swap the maps to whatever you want to and stuff, and then I'll call for side 2 here. And oh, okay. No worries. Okay, so team 2, let's hop down to room 2.
User left your channel. left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
Instructions?
Let's go up to the one line and across. Back down the back side. Let's get the light way. Cromwell get up here, watch in the middle.
Roger, lights in the medium to D3.
Yeah, be ready to reset cap if needed.
Anthony.
I've got IS-3, 2 line. Call your targets out, guys. Yeah, we'll watch for theirs. You got their 54 and 37 unaccounted for.
Ready to fire.
They're right behind us. Alright, Cromwell's T-59, you guys kill that T-54.
Will do.
Penetration.
They're rolling on the other IS-3 over there.
User joined your channel.
Penetration.
Got it.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Alright, take cover, we're in D.
Cromwell, let's get you to move over there with the 54s and the 59. You guys stick together.
We're immobilized.
And roll all the way back around and get behind them over here at the H3 area.
Flanked on the right.
Come back to use the stat tank.
T-59.
Ready to fire.
Fall back. Stop, fall back.
Roger, I got cell cat down to 2 shots.
Over here.
I'm down.
Getting
Let's do the
separated.
call, guys.
Let's find another target.
Alright, IS is up there at the E1, E2 area. Let's fall back down here. Start moving back down. You're going to get flanked from behind if you don't.
I'm falling back.
Moving down the street. Behind us. Turn around, guys. Behind you.
Okay.
Enemy armor is damaged. Track hit.
Cromwell's.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Try to get in there and get some shots. Come all the way up here and hit this 54 if you can. Got that IS-3 attack. Now get up behind them.
Target acquired.
Mobility, take him out.
Enemy is hit.
One shot.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
I'm actually surprised he wasn't able to get Ren and Stimp.
User joined your channel. 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 User joined your channel.
Okay, so why do you guys think that went poorly for us? There's one reason why that didn't go so well.
We got separated out, and they were able to flank us.
Yeah.
They completely ignored me.
So instead of pushing forward still, we had people drive down left into the circle. We had people stop rather than continuing the push train, right? So as soon as that lightweight got spotted, I just said keep pushing. However, the whole team stopped. So when it's something like that, it's as soon as that happened, when you stopped your momentum and their IS-3s came around the side on the other side, what happened is we left that one IS-3 up front who kept pushing a little bit. We abandoned him in the middle of the street and started fighting both their flanks at the same time. So now what you're doing is instead of concentrating your push, like as I asked to keep pushing forward, instead of that push being straight with all of our tanks into one group, that they also pulled their type and their lightweight out of the fight from that group too. That they immediately backed off. We now split our forces, allowed them to separate and pincer our own tanks. So whatever initial reaction you have to, oh hey, there's tanks right here, just stop, just listen for what the caller says. Because if I don't say, like, if I say keep pushing, you need to keep pushing. Because I'm willing to take that risk that, hey, they're all lined up around the corner. And the reason why I'm willing to take that risk is because as a caller, I'm already planning the next stage in advance on the map. As I'm flanking around, if they're all staged up on that corner, I'm immediately just going to go park myself in A6. And what happens there is I get rear tank shots at them the whole time if they're all parked there. That I can just, every 6 seconds, I can just dump another 250 damage into one of them. Over and over and over and over again. So then they're in a pincer that we've set up, and everyone is right there in their face. Support them. So then their only option is to then push into you guys around the corner. So that's what would have been the kind of outcome. If they were a little split like they were when everybody kind of stopped pushing, that's fine. What would have happened? You could have pushed forward into that tank, killed those guys right away. That IS-3, the lightweight type, that 59 that ran away, would have been gone. All you had to do now was just turn and push into the next group of IS-3s, because they were on 3 different roads. So that one IS-3 that was isolated in the middle road by the circle, he would have been next. I would have called a push in on him. Those other 2 would have had to either push into the circle to be able to support him or come around the building, because you would have killed that one IS-3 in a heartbeat on that corner. He would have died in seconds when you're all right there. So you can't just stop just because you're worried about your tank being shot or worried about your tank dying, because the outcome if you don't listen to the calls is that you die and lose anyways. So it's really important that those things be done when they're called out.
Yeah, and you gotta listen, guys. Even on Team 1, our flank fell short. Cromwell and T59 I called you both back in the flank around the backside. What happened was you guys had shots where you was at, and you
did you not call us to go after that? No, we went to the D5 line like you requested, and then you told us to go after that 54 that appeared at A6. So that's why I left after that T54, because I could have sworn you said to go after him.
Right, yeah, this was after that, after you guys done on the road there.
So live, I was a little.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You went by yourself, and the 59 and the Cromwell should have been. Even though you guys had shots, if you would have, listened to the call, pulled back, would have got around the other side and had a lot better shots.
Live wire. And I understood what you were saying, and I actually was trying to do it. For some reason, when I went to mess with my controls to put on to talk, when I came back and we got in battle, my keys, as I had hit one, my tank was going all crazy. I was running the walls and everything else, literally trying to get back out there. And then once I got my keys, that green eyes came around the far side there to swoop on that tank to catch up with everybody. But I don't know what was going on. It was going all kinds of crazy on the takeoff. But I understood what you were saying.
Yeah, and that's the main reason people have to constantly follow the calls, is because if people start kind of breaking off and freelancing or not listening to the calls, everyone panics. If a caller calls for a push and only 2 out of the 4 tanks push in, they start freaking out because they don't have those 2 tanks with them. Now, instead of it being, a 4-on-4 push engagement, it's a 4-on-2, and because the other 2 guys didn't push in, you automatically lost because the caller was counting on those 4 tanks to push in together. And it doesn't matter that you don't see or don't understand what the caller's strategy is. That's not your job. Your job is to listen to the calls. So, like I said, with discretion at some things, like if a caller asks you to push and you think you're just going to outright die, you can always say, hey, there's a bunch of tanks back here sniping and they're not lit. Do you still want me to push? Something like that, where you get it out quickly for him. That's okay, and he's still going to answer you right after whether or not he wants you to push. If a caller says something like push now and has a lot of emphasis behind it, he doesn't care if there's something back there. He's telling you to push, and you can hear that in the urgency of it, that you just need to push anyways. So
yeah, after we had killed that 54, I think you led us into what you were hoping was a trap, because I started shooting at Cellcat, and then I got the order to pull back, and when I tried to pull back, I immediately got blasted, but I thought I was taking orders.
Yeah, so
now, I on that, I think, hosed up and went down the wrong road. Should I have tried to back up once I realized that, or? I put myself in a very bad position. Yes.
Guys, I gotta go and I gotta pick up my daughter. It was a pleasure being with you tonight, and thank you, Mustang.
Have a good night.
Later.
User disconnected from your channel.
I was completely
because once I figured it out, should I have tried to pull back or just keep fighting?
It depends on. Yeah, it depends on the situation. Sometimes when you commit to some areas, it's too late to leave, otherwise you're just gonna die. Sometimes you just have to work with the situation. Like, for example, if all my tanks were staged on the street, the initial street that they got spotted, and he didn't want you to push the corner, and you accidentally pushed the corner and got by the shots, instead of coming back to that corner, obviously you just get shot right in the side by every single tank and die. So that's something that you wouldn't try and make it back in that situation. You're just gonna completely die. So your caller will then figure out a new objective for you at that moment and try and make use of where your tank is and what he can do with it. But that also kind of stresses at the same time how important it is for people to listen to calls and stuff and make sure that you get it right. And if you don't hear what your caller says and you say like, hey, sorry, what was that? Like, you can always say like, can you repeat that call? Or make sure you give your name and stuff too, or what is the tank doing. So like, he calls the T-54 lightweight to go scout the 0 line and you don't hear it, you can always say, hey, what's the lightweight supposed to do? And then he'll reiterate the fact that you're supposed to go down the 0 line, because it's much better. I'd much rather have a tank take the extra second and ask what he's supposed to do, then do whatever, right? Because then your strategy as a caller will never come to bear, and then that's where problems start happening.
When a caller tells everybody to push to an area or move to a certain area, you don't have to run out in front and be the first one there. Move as a group. Get there. I see a lot of guys. They run out in the front and they get there ahead of everybody else, and they end up being by themselves and get, like I said, you peek out a little too much, blasted.
Yeah.
Move to a group. Let's move together. Not a race to
exactly.
get there. Who gets there first or nothing.
Excuse me, Mustang.
Yep.
When my keys was messing up and I was running into the walls, I was on that side street. He said to move on him. And when I finally got it backed up, should I have went and continued up that street and then down and around? Or what I did, go all the way back around where I stayed out of enemy fire? Was that the proper way to go once I realized what were my keys?
I don't exactly remember what your position was, so.
All the way around.
Yeah, and once you if you screw up and keys mess up or whatever, and you end up in the wrong side and you're exposed to the enemy, you're pretty much dead meat and just defend yourself then. Because if you're in a situation where you try to back out and get in the right position, you're gonna get you killed. Might as well just stay and fight.
Yep. Okay. Let's do another practice here. I'll be on this team again.
Saltcat's not in game. You want to take him out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So we'll hop back down to training room.
User left your channel.
We'll run another one here.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
I want to get the mediums down here on the 9 line, that little ridge, that corner, looking down. IS-3s, I want to line up on the terrain here where we can get halt down. There's that terrain over here. I'm like H6 to 9.
Time to roll out.
Still there.
You want to spread out?
No, stick together.
Where do you want the mediums again? G0 or B90?
So by these rocks here?
That's 0. No, I want you guys to come down here and spot the lower valley here on the 0 line.
Roger.
IS is this ridge I'm on right here.
Moving 2 IS behind.
Right down there at that corner where it turns there, just kind of spot there. Place here, I'm lit. 37. Alright, mediums and lights, let's group up, stay together, be ready to roll.
No shot on it.
Guys, go ahead and push down, move to there. Don't expose yourself until we know what's going on. Just set up down there and get down.
Oh, they are.
Alright, IS's. Use this terrain that right here in front of us that's running down. We're going to cross on this side of it.
Crossing over.
didn't even scratch them.
Brian, get on this left side of the hill. Have cover.
Hold on, we're getting separated here.
Might stay safe till we get up in there. ISs, let's move in towards them. Go towards the mediums. Alright, we're gonna roll in behind this IS and the Persian. Keep rolling. They get together. Focus on this Persian first. Remind any other fire.
The gas tank's ruptured. We're low on fuel. Target unlocked.
Get up top, guys, and pick them off from here if you can.
Target. Bail out. This vehicle
Focus on
is headed.
gatekeepers. Take him out. He's got to rear into us. I am bouncing off this back end. Alright, let's go to Velicus. Got his rear into us.
2 on cap.
Up on him.
Taking hits from the behind.
Alright. Tanner, rolling up the hill. Let's roll up on him. Roll to him.
Got 2 tanks.
Don't work. I'm out.
Turn around, cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. I know, we were kicking.
They pulled a fast one. If you don't think you're going to win, cap it out.
User joined your channel. 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 User joined your channel.
Okay, so that was much better from my team for listening to the calls. The reaction from people could have been a little quicker on pushing the light tanks and stuff that were down on the bottom side. But other than that, I don't really have many complaints. Try and jump on top of focus fire and stuff like that too, because as the collar being removed from that flank that you guys are on, I can't see the hit points of the tanks where they are and stuff like that. So somebody's got to take control of that group and focus fire, and everybody should be able to obviously point out, hey, low hit points first. Light tank, you know, we're told to kill this group, right? So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if we're when you're in a full blown battle like that, if you got a clear shot on a tank and there ain't no target called, call it out yourself. Any tank that you got a shot on, we want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Everyone told me to, but there was a massive line of IS-3s that I was kind of stuck behind.
Yeah, we would have gone up those hills. We would have been really slow trying to get that light. That's pretty. That was my concern.
Yeah, like, as everyone was pushing around the corner, the IS-3s like dumped down right in front of me, and I was kind of stuck behind them. So I just started unloading everything I could.
Yeah, and that's where you kind of can't really get past them. If you can't get past the tank, then that's fine. But the whole reason that I wanted to make sure that their light tanks died was so that they couldn't get back for the fast cap, right? Because now they're split way over on the other side of the map with big heavy tanks, and then putting 2 people on cap, they can't get back. The only thing that could have come back was a light tank in that time, and by then it was too late because their lightweight died and their type wouldn't have made it back in time either. For the other team, basically I just made sure that before I committed my heavies and Pershing and stuff on your guys' flank, that your IS-3s weren't split, because we only saw a couple of them, and that they weren't down up behind that ledge with them, and that I made sure that your IS-3s were still kind of double checking where they were before I committed that. I came in behind, lit all your heavy tanks, and I called that push right away because I knew I had the overmatch. And then notice how I didn't really shoot any of your tanks. I didn't get lit. I was just sitting there lighting. I didn't want to give away the fact that I was right behind your tanks and that you could have pulled somebody back to kill me. What I was setting up at that point was a fast cap, so you would have had to choose right away a split on what to do. So as I'm killing your quick mobile tanks, I'm now pushing, as your heavy tanks are getting further and further away from the base, it's going to be that much harder for you to come back and reset. And then when I kill those tanks, because of the fact that I'm not lighting myself, you don't know exactly where I am, or that kind of strats in process. All you know is that I lit you guys from somewhere. So there's a vagueness in that. Yeah, there's a vagueness.
More concerned about the cap.
Yeah, so there's always a vagueness in when you're scouting and stuff like that. Sometimes it's best not to shoot, because what are you gonna get out of it? If they don't know where the scout tank is, they don't know where you are, and you can only get one shot of damage off for it. Sometimes it's best not to fire, because what happens if they see you? They're going to turn around and they can hit you. You want to make sure that doesn't happen. And if you can start getting tons of shots of damage off, then for sure, by all means, go for it. Especially if they're out signal range. But those are other things that you have to keep in mind too. If you take the first shot you have instantly at a guy when he's running around a corner, he might just back up right around that corner right away. Whereas if you let him come further out into the open, and everyone holds their shots together before you fire at that guy, then you tell everyone to shoot and focus fire, that guy will die, because there's no way he's now going to back up because you've let him come out too far before you shot him in the face again, right? So those are other things you can keep in mind too.
I kind of felt being on Team 1 that as a medium of the lights, I thought we were a little bit far from the group when we initially spotted your IS-3s, almost
yes
at your home base, and I was like, our backup's kind of far away, I'm thinking to myself, but I went with the calls.
Yep, and then but that's how the caller learns, right? So what I would have done in that instance is, instead of pushing all the tanks up there on the low side to scout that, you could have kept them back in that little middle bowl on the low side, and then just used one scout to peek over the top. And then those other two tanks are right in behind him, and they don't get lit, so that if you're worried about having a couple of our tanks right there, that those two tanks are right there to back them up. And if we have all our tanks right there like that and we decide to push, at least those other two tanks are far enough away and unlit that they have a head start at getting out of there, and are a lot more likely to survive that inner conflict. Those are also things you gotta keep in mind when you're doing a scout run. Cool. All right, let's run another one here, and I guess I'll be on Team 1 this time.
All right, change it to Team 2.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel.
I think Team 2's missed somebody down there.
Alright, we'll go 1-2 one time. IS-3 is pushing 1-2. Let's get a T-54 out here.
User is
Over
out of your channel.
Bottom.
I'll do this one for you. Okay,
let's get this show on the road.
Over here, in these rocks, the IS-3s, you guys are gonna come here, up to this little ridge in the middle, and the Type 59 Yeah, I'll call this one here. The Type 59, you're gonna come with the IS-3s over here. Okay, never mind. Type 59, can you come over here since it's good?
Roger.
Permission to engage.
Well,
I don't
when I
see
lag
the
out
target.
over a jump. IS-3s are gonna keep pushing on this side. Keep pushing all the way up to about here.
Want us to stay above the reach?
You're gonna stay safe, like as you're crossing here. There's this ridge line here. Just stay on the bottom side of that ridge so you don't get pumped full of lead on the side.
Roger.
You want the T-40 with the heavies?
Yeah.
I see trees falling over in D2.
Okay, so my heavies, you guys are gonna keep pushing up on the inside here. On this side of their ridge. Hug that ridge on their side by their cap. And the Skoda, you're gonna come back over here on the track side. No, make sure you guys are on this side of the ridge by their cap circle. Don't sit on this side of the ridge because you're gonna cut yourself off from your teammate. And Skoda, you gotta make sure you get out to A4 on the other side of the tracks. Okay, let's have the heavies take this ridge. You guys are gonna stop here, stop there, and the Skoda, you're gonna sit on cap.
Show again the soda.
Yep, Skoda, you're on cap. Skoda, you're on cap. All these heavies are stopping up in this area.
We got a spotter over here.
Type 59, you're gonna come with me.
Roger.
That one didn't go
And
through.
we're gonna take out this lightweight parachute. Skoda, I need you to
Critical
cap.
hit.
Shots on Gainer.
54 circling around their flank.
Type, we're gonna keep pushing in over here. And we're gonna have side shots at all these heavies, and that's what we're gonna take. These heavies over at the side, if you have shots at that light, please take those.
Enemy armor is hit.
So try and hold down, Can't stop, keep backing up, just hold down. And just keep popping side shots. We're gonna have to work two angles at once now, right? So we're just
We
sitting here
didn't
as a
even
threat to
scratch
them.
them.
So whatever you have shots at, just work. So we have shots at this IS-3, the others. And they're kind of in a fishbowl right now. So we'll just shoot whatever we can.
No shot. Shots on Belkis.
That one didn't go through.
Okay, we can push in. And then if you're low health one shot, don't take a chance.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
Nicely done.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
I probably should have asked you earlier if you wanted me to tag along with you, because I thought you probably wanted that, but I was going to stay there.
User joined your channel.
Either got a moment to ask you, or you told me to.
Yep, no, that was
User
fine. I was
was
just,
moved to your
I
channel.
was calling for the other group.
User was
so
moved
as
to
soon
your
as I had
channel.
an opportunity to tell you to come is what I did. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
When I was on cap, I kept moving, but there was one time I had a shot, and I took the shot, but I wasn't sure if that's what you wanted me to do, or you wanted me to just stay, not shooting at nobody, just stay on the cap and run around.
Yeah, I didn't want you to shoot, and the main reason is because if you're far back on the cap circle and where they are in position, is if you don't shoot, your tank still retains its full camo sitting still. So if you just sit there at the back edge of cap and they're in a corner like that, and we have them set up so that they have to push out in order to reset cap. So we can just sit there and let the trades happen back and forth the whole time, but at the same time we're forcing them to have a 1.5-minute time limit to they have to get a reset or it's game over, we automatically win. So you're cutting off their options of what they have to do at that point. Twitch team, what were you guys doing? Did you just end up coming back that way, or were you originally pushing the other side?
No, I was actually pulling us in that corner to see what you guys are doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw your lights come up, the 8-9, and that's when I had our guys fall back. And I was going to have one of them go down the rocks and around towards your base, but the mediums were down there, and I didn't want to send a light into that. So I just kind of screwed us over, is what it was.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so basically...
we saw your lights from the rocks.
Yeah, but let me say, Mad Dog, Mustang was right. I could not see you on cap until you shot.
Yeah.
I didn't see Mustang at all until he hit me.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, that you basically guys kind of got yourselves stuck in a little camp, and you can kind of see what happens if you don't kind of light what we're doing, because I don't spend a whole lot of time. You guys notice when you're on my team, I don't spend a whole lot of time with my tanks not doing anything. I find out what the other enemy team's doing, and I start moving my tanks quickly and in position right away. I don't let them sit and linger for a little while. I'm constantly running my tanks somewhere on the map and having them with an objective. The Type 59 being my opposite flank scout, so he's just sitting there as an anti-scout to handle if there's another scout coming down that side. He can kind of, run away from him, but he'll also light it if he's there to mainly light the fact if you're pushing your heavies down that side or across that flank for me as knowledge. But
yeah, what I was doing was I set the 37 down the 8-9 line, one of our mediums to the middle, and the other light starting down the 2-3 line.
Yeah.
And everywhere I was seeing basically was not good for those particular units, and nothing was really getting lit.
Well, I think also part of the problem was we never lit the heavies until they were on top of us.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we watched you cross all the way pit from 6-7 line all the way to the 2 line.
Yeah.
I actually saw some of your heavies knock trees down and mentioned that to Mustang. Hey,
yeah,
the D line we got trees down.
Yeah, he was out there by himself, so I told him to fall back towards the heavies.
So I don't know if I had him lit from that
but I
range
never
or
lit
not.
the heavies.
It was like Mustang. When I was going down that 8-9 line, I never lit Mustang until he shot me, and I tried to get out of there, and then he rammed me. So
yeah.
Yeah,
by then I was already coming full bore into you, so there's no way you're getting away.
And you'll hear from my insurance company.
So like I said, we never really got eyes on any of your heavies until you were right on top of us. So
that was the biggest thing, is that there was a small gap time where I was taking your base that would have been I was worried about you guys camping in those rocks is if you had a forward spotter, that you could have lit up my heavies for a couple seconds if you guys had lights and were holding your shots. But as soon as I got on the inside ridge of your base and crept up from that pathway in the middle, as soon as I got past that path that leads through the middle of the map and on that next inside ridge of the game and had you cornered in there, it was pretty much over at that point.
Yeah.
Because that's now giving me control of in front of your cap.
Go. Where did your heavies from?
I pushed my heavies all the way down the 8-9 line on the top side and under the ridge, so that if you were lighting them from the middle, they wouldn't have got lit, and if you came down the low side with the scout, that you wouldn't have lit them until you peeked up into the middle. And then I crossed them over the ridge right beside your base cap circle and had them hug the ridge line towards your base, and then I pushed the Skoda over the tracks to make sure that nobody was hiding on the side of the tracks, and then I put them on cap to force you to it. And then my Type 59, I circled back around the base with the Type 59, and obviously how I didn't just start. That's another good point. How the Type 59 and we didn't just push in and start taking shots, right? You notice how we weren't really aggressive with the side shots. We were just taking pop shots at what we could. There was no rush to focus fire. There was no real rush to do it. It was just, we're there, and now you're forced to deal with tanks in front of you and beside you. So I don't have to sit there and focus fire on things. I can just sit there and
fish in a barrel, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
What would be a good counter strat to the strat that you did?
well, you got to remember also that Team 1 had more heavies.
Yeah,
than
it
we
was
had.
unbalanced, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
What would be a good counter? Suppose, for example, the other team, you knew the other team was doing that strat. What would be a counter?
Once you got into the position that you were at the end, it's game over. There's no counter to that.
Assuming that position, what would be a
Yeah.
counter strat? Blank slate.
So if it depends on where you would have spotted my team. So if you spotted my heavies, say early on in the game, you could have either kept pushing the 1-2 line and had a couple tanks back for resets on your side, hoping to fast cap us and reset your own base. You could have parked your tanks closer up on the inside ridge where you were, and then taken the rail with a scout and use the rail line to scout stuff. So that way we would have had to push into the open a little bit into your base, and it would have been cross shots across your base. So we wouldn't have been able to take your cap because that would have stranded my tanks out in the middle of the wide open to take it. So I would have had to come back around the side like I did with my 54 lightweight and Type 59, and it just would have been a trade war at that point pretty much, because our heavies can't flex a whole lot, your heavies can't flex a whole lot. It just becomes a matter of picking off the exterior tanks. At that point it becomes about who makes their shots count and wasting HP and stuff like that, so you want to pick off the outlying tanks and slowly crowd into you guys and get map control. But yeah, that you could have had those options from it. Or you could have pulled your heavies backed up on the ridge line where my heavies were, facing out towards the other side, pushed your scout tanks over on the little rail side so they would have had shots on that other side. And then you can keep playing it from that, because it's an always changing strategy. It'll never stay what it is in your map tactic ever. It always changes, and it constantly changes on the fly, so you have to be able to adjust your strategy at every time, and it completely depends on what the other team is doing well, and what you have at your disposal.
Alright.
Yeah. I can... You want me on this team, or the other team?
Drake's looking for an invite.
Yeah, if you guys got room.
And you also notice, like, even although the game before that, yes, we did have an extra tank there, and that does go a long ways. But the game before that, the other team did have an extra tank. And you notice how I played that to my to my strength, and I was cautious about it because I knew you had that extra heavy tank. I didn't push my heavy or my main group into a fight with your main group because you have another IS-3. That's risky doing. So I waited until I lit where your tanks were before I kind of made an action. But I was constantly scouting through the map and had my team. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do, is find out where the heavies were, and just never saw them.
Yeah.
The map, yeah.
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 I think Drake said he needs an invite.
Yeah.
Did I go over the basics of calling with you guys? Callers on the clan? Okay. I'll give you guys a little thing.
Guys, I need to step up for this one.
Just hit spectator.
Is it Drake? You got something bigger?
Oh, yeah.
What his wife says too.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh no.
He agreed with it.
Okay, so I posted those things to you, Wolf. I guess the next time I come in for training, I'll probably take all the callers in and go over all of those for you guys, so that I can break them down and explain them.
What tier? Sorry.
8.
Tier 8. Okay. I can either do that premium Skoda, or I've got a light Bulldog. Okay.
I can hit Spectre that we've got even teams.
It doesn't matter.
You sure?
Get back in here, Shink.
User left your channel.
Yeah, team 2 will hop down to route
User
2.
left your channel. User 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 left your channel.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
He's a sneaky one, this Mustang.
Yeah, he is.
Bless you again.
Unmute.
I think Mustang's calling.
No, who's
Talk about it, James.
We're live.
Bless you.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Let's get the lights in the medium down to the 0 line.
Time to roll out.
Get up there on that corner and spot for now. IS is going to get up on this ridge. About right in there. That light's corner. IS is getting positioned, start pushing up. Alright, IS is keep pushing. Mid lights push. IS is gonna all the way here to the B7 area, down on that ridge. Dakota and the 9. You guys run the red line. Opportunity to get behind the tracks, do so.
Roger.
Alright, Arlet. I'm back down this way and come up on this.
He's probably on the cap already.
I'm getting ready to jump the tracks and there's nothing.
You still run the tracks?
Yeah, I'm going down. Oh, there's a little T-54 there lightweight.
Ready to fire.
Alright, let's push into the cap. Gonna be first on, so let's get to it.
Lost.
Too far away.
Oh, I can push on. You want me to? Yep.
2 ISs in front of me, and the 2 ISs in front of me, and the rest of you push on.
Crap, they're capping.
Where you on me? Light.
Wolfgang and Therin. Okay.
I'm going to engage the back of these two.
Oh, they got a reset. Mustang reset. On his last shot, he Martin reset.
He got me with 18.
Just as he got destroyed, he got a round off.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Any Team 2
User
heavy
joined your
spotted
channel.
going down and around?
No.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, we should have got on cap faster.
And
did you?
Mustang's last dying shot.
Yep. You notice how I wasn't afraid to die there too, because it was basically going to be a draw otherwise with the cap times, so that I just sat in the open, reloaded an HE shell, and made sure that I was fully aimed in to dial it in, and that I wasn't too in the wide open that it was easy for everyone to pick me off. So I just lined up my shot, made sure I got it through, and just died. And then what I called for afterwards was that the Super Pershing didn't die or kill anybody. Because every time a tank dies after a base is capped, it extends the time 5 more seconds. So that's the other thing. When you guys cap out an enemy team, make sure you tell everybody, like, no killing, no shooting. You just stop. You let the enemy team keep shooting, you stop shooting, because even if you kill them, it's gonna keep causing the timer to be relapsed up another 5 seconds. Yeah. And if you're in a position where you have 3 tanks on cap and you have 1 guy in front, and that guy on cap in front of you dies, per se. They say the enemy team has a bunch of light tanks and they're coming back, and one of their light tanks kills you, and in those 5 seconds another guy dies, and they kill the rest of your team, they win, even although you capped, because killing an enemy team defeats a base cap. So if that's another important part, if you lose all your tanks after you capped somebody else out, you still lose, because the destroying of 15 tanks takes precedence over the cap.
Yeah,
that buys them time. Yeah. And even if you have someone on low health, you can even. I've had it where I've had a low health one-shot teammate, and I've had a teammate kill him, and then go kill that other tank. You have to make sure that that teammate's not on cap or something like that. Otherwise, your guy will get banned for something like that. But you can actually team kill one of your guys to extend the cap 5 seconds, and then go kill the other guys. If that's a situation where you got capped out and you have a chance to kill all of them, and you don't have a chance enough time to drop that guy, and you can team kill one of your guys and keep killing them, you can do that too. You just have to be really careful about it.
That'll only work if you can kill the whole team, right?
Exactly. So it's not exactly. So you'll end up killing and
User
blocking
joined your
your
channel.
own tank, but it better be for a win, right? So, but I've done it where I've had that opportunity where we got capped out because my scout lagged out and was no longer in the game, and my scout died out in the open because they were pushing that side. So I lost my reset, I lost my eyes. I had to start thinking on the fly and how to repair that issue. And as we're coming back and killing them, we didn't have enough time because my player who I was counting on dropped, and it's not his fault. So when he got dropped down to low hit points and killed, and one of our other guys coming up on the flank was on low health, I made sure that as soon as he was there, I was like, hey, I'm going to kill you right now. I killed him. He kind of didn't know what happened. I shot him, and then I kept focusing out the tanks. And I said, sorry, I had to kill you, but I had to extend the timer. And then we won. So.
Now, that doesn't add time to the cap time, right? That just adds time to the play time.
Yeah. So once it says base has been captured, then you have 5 seconds.
5 seconds to kill the entire team.
5 seconds to kill every single last one of their tanks if they that are alive. And
if you need 10 teams, you just kill that Skoda and extend it 5 more seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where focus fire also comes in play, because if they have 5 tanks left alive and you kill one in underneath 5 seconds, you keep killing a tank, it keeps bringing it back to 5 seconds. The time doesn't stack. It won't give you 5 seconds plus the 3 seconds plus the other 2 seconds. It won't do that. It'll just reset to 5, back to 5, back to 5 the second the tank dies.
Okay.
So yeah.
Because I guess the game's set up for a Hail Mary. What good is capping the base if you can't be victorious in the end because you're all dead?
Yeah, if no one's left to capture the base when it's captured, then you lose. So that's why there's that 5 second buffer.
Capped out, you better watch out, Pit.
I have to say, I felt the mistake was we should have left our scout closer to our main base, and I should have gotten more instruction to go after you and that Pershing rather than I basically had to go after you guys on my own because there was no more update on the orders other than the heavies cap.
Well, I'm not sure even if, depends on where you put the light too. Because there's no way the heavies could have made it across the field, I don't believe, to reset even if they had. I mean, once you guys turned the corner, I assume you all were basically committed to capping. There's no way you're going to be able to come back for resets. I think the way Mustang called it is he left a light and a couple of mediums behind to do resets.
On the game before this, I was left at the rocks at H4, which is due left of our flag and up a little bit.
Exactly.
To see anything at that point, he could have. Once I spotted your lead, if I had been there, I could have spotted, and then our boss could have made adjustments to.
I think where is the biggest thing, because if you're spotting, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're spotting where they're on cap or near cap, then that's not a good spot. You got to be able to spot them before they're close.
Right. In the rocks there at H would have spotted you probably at D or E on the 2 line.
Okay.
Well, and also if you're playing a light tank or scout, somewhere to scout, watch an area, then the battle progresses on, and you see that the entire team is in a sector and they're engaging battling it out. Sometimes the battle caller may be into that. That's where your situational awareness needs to come into play, and
Okay. Just take a little more
make your own decisions.
Yeah.
You see that the entire team is engaged. Everybody's lit. Everybody's accounted for. Battle caller's not giving you no orders, and you're off on the other side of the field. Use your best judgment.
Yeah, I know what I'm calling. What I'll do is I'll tell a light, spot a general area, and it's up to the light to figure out where he needs to be in order to see it and what cover he needs to have in order to keep cover, because he's there, he's in the area. I can't tell you exactly what rock to go behind or anything like that because I don't have the maps memorized.
That's not what I was meaning.
No, I understand.
I should have took the initiative to attack Mustang a little bit more so than I did once our caller was engaged with the cap and the main force. Which Livewire just said that, so I understand that now. Be a little more initiative if he's busy.
Yeah, just take some experience, practice. I also gotta say I gotta kind of blaze here, guys. Gotta get up early.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night. I gotta take off. It's been fun. Much Mustang. It has been very informative.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yep.
Have a great night, guys.
You too, Glenn.
Be
Sharp.
safe.
Have a good Mustang. Got a question for you.
User disconnected from your channel.
When you had, or you wasn't you, I'm sorry, Wolfgang, Livewire, when you had us going up there, and I think it was Drake went up the hill and then all of a sudden he started coming back down, you had to run the red line. For some reason I thought he could get up the hill, so I started backing down. Now I wasn't sure to keep on pressing on the red line, which I did, after I went back down and went up around the edge of it, because I thought Drake could not make the hill that I sure couldn't have made it in soda. So I mean, me pressing, like you said, to go to the red line, I kept going, so that was the correct thing, even though I backed down and went to low. Okay.
Yeah. Now, anytime you're in a group, another medium or another light in a group, any confusion and where to go, just go with. Make sure you stick with the group.
Yeah, it's like me when
Because
Mustang.
I thought you went ahead. You was all the way still ahead because you called back that you was already on at the rails and you didn't see anybody. So that's when I kept going towards the red line.
Yeah,
and
I
got on the red line.
I told you guys to get up over the tracks, and then I sent dog around there to spot the middle.
But
everybody did everything. Yeah, it worked out just fine. I mean, the only thing was we got engaged, and I left the bulldog sitting in the middle.
And that's where my initiative has to come into play.
That's our biggest problem, guys, in battles is hesitation on the battle calls.
Well, it's
80% of our loss. 80% of our losses are due to hesitation.
Well, it's like with me. I was doing what Mustang told me, and then he said he wanted me on cap, and then Pitts tell me to get on cap, and I just said, "Hey, I'm doing scouting out here a little bit, like he said. And I'm turning around, coming right into cap now." So there was no, "Hey, get here now." No, I'm not coming. But it's just, "Hey, I'm doing this, and then I'm turning around right now, coming back." It's communication, guys.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you, Mustang.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Mustang.
your help.
Thanks, sir.
Very much.
Thanks, Mustang.
Later, guys.
Night.
We have clan meeting tomorrow night, guys. Try
User
to make
disconnected
it.
from
We
your
got
channel.
got some new things we're putting into play and a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Roger
Sounds like a plan.
All
I'll
right,
get-
guys. I'll see y'all. See y'all tomorrow night then.
Yeah, same here. Have a good night.
Later, bro.
Good night, guys.
User
night, all.
disconnected from your channel.
Great.
Right.
You
User left
still
your
playing?
channel.